Hi there, you two. Today I've got here a D3VE cylinder head. Now I've had some detonation issues due presumably to a compression ratio issue on my 460 in my big camouflage mud truck. So what I have been working on here is a set of lower compression heads, and they are the D3VE cylinder head for the Ford 460. Now, currently, my truck has got the 460 head, or the D0VE-C heads on it. And what I've done here is just done a little gasket match on the intake, as you can see. Nothing fancy at all. If you've noticed, I haven't smoothed anything out, and I don't plan to. And that's, of course, to keep the fuel in suspension so that it mixes more thoroughly and so that it doesn't pool in the intake, or rather the intake port. Now we're looking at the exhaust port. As you can see, I've done a gasket match on the exhaust port as well. And these I did smooth up a lot more than they were factory. Now originally there's a big thermactor bump right there, but I've ground that out into a directional vane, and I've plugged the hole with a set screw. And then I've also dug out on either side some trenches onto either side of the valve guide in an effort to streamline the airflow. At the top of the port, well, it's actually the bottom, but from this view it's the top. I've worked a better contour into the short term, and that helps improve flow as well. I've done all this by using the Mad Porter's website, which is Reincarnation Automotive. You have to pay a small fee to view all his information, but it's all good stuff. Now, these heads don't look perfect, and I hope that I've done a good job. Only time will tell. But anyway, this is the completed product.
You can see in this picture where I made a little mistake grinding the port, or grinding the directional vane in the port. At least I think I did. I believe the port is actually angled to the right in this picture, whereas the vane is angled to the left. And the vane should follow the angle of the port. Also, the port can stand to be polished a little more, which would help deter soot and carbon from building up in the port.
Also added a groove in the quench pad, I guess it's called, of the cylinder head, and that helps direct the fuel air mixture as the piston comes up and allows the flame front to spread more evenly across the cylinder. And I just did that with a triangular file. You can see in here a little more. I've worked either side of the valve guide, troughed it out a little bit for better flow. I haven't done much bowl work to it, and have streamlined the valve guide to some extent. You can do a lot more than this, but it's just kind of a minimum approach. I focus most of my time on the exhaust side, however, and well, that's more or less what it looks like. So now I just need to take these back down to the machine shop so they can touch up the valve seats and that sort of a thing, and I shouldn't be just too terribly far from bolting my 460 back together. Here's my 460 that came out of the truck. Got some oil in it right now just to keep it from rusting. Still see the hone marks